need to pass a test. I believe that the Italian Cultural Center connected to the Italian Consulate in Chicago does classes. The Italian classes, and then I know that they are also working in partnership with the University of Siena, if I'm not mistaken, for the test. So they have language tests, I think every couple of months or maybe 3 months to take your test.
Yes, we teach Italian here, although I don't teach Italian as well. Okay, another question? Yes.
Specific question. There might be people in this room who have at some point worked for the American government, some of whom have denounced their Italian citizenship to be eligible for employment. When those people retire from the American government, can they regain their Italian citizenship?
What's the length of time?
Is the process the same as anyone who renounced it?
No.
Yeah, at this moment in time, yes. I'm saying at this moment in time because legal requirements might always change. But to date, yes, you will need to reacquire Italian citizenship with the same process that we mentioned, that Elena mentioned before. So a couple of months of residency in Italy, and that's it.
Okay, so I have a second part to their question.
Mm-hmm.
A person who gets employed by the government and is asked to, doesn't formally renounce their citizenship, but it's on the employment application. They didn't specifically stand up in front of a judge and renounce their Italian citizenship. Is that the same thing, the same category?
I would say yes.
Okay.
If you formally reject the Italian constitution, yes, that is loss of Italian citizenship.
Okay.
Okay.
How many months to live there, as you stated?
What's the residency requirement? How many months?
So you don't have to stay there for a specific amount of time. You will need to stay there for the sufficient time to get residency, which is usually 45 days. And then for the necessary time for the town in Italy to register your US naturalization record. Depending on the comune, one time for me, it took a couple of weeks. Other times it took a couple of months. So we say to clients 3 months. That depends on the comune. But it is less than 4 months.
Okay,
Usually.
have another question back there? Loudly, please.
I was told if my grandfather was an Italian citizen when my mother was born, then I would be eligible. Is that true?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
My grandfather was an Italian citizen when his mother was born. Does he have the right to Italian citizenship?
If his grandfather did not naturalize while his mother was a minor, yes. If he naturalized during the minor age, right now he would need to apply through grandmother.
Okay, let's see that part, yeah. Loudly, please.
Okay, hi. So my son has dual citizenship from his father. His father was born in Italy. Would it pass ever up from a child to a parent, like to me? Would I have eligibility at all for my son?
No, the line could be only descendant, not ascendant, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
Okay, yes, loudly.
My father was born in Sicily, I'm a first generation, and I need to get his birth certificate. Does your company help in getting that?
Yeah, sure. We offer also genealogical services to retrieve Italian records as well.
Oh, I have a question. If I see if we see this document online and I print it on my printer, what has to be done with that document, that page, before it can be approved?
No, Dominic, you need to address the municipality and obtain a certified copy. The copy that you can find online is not suitable.
Okay, what's the date of that certified copy need to be? What are the limits of that? Say it was done a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago.
Usually a year should be suitable.
Okay, 1 year, okay. Another question here.
So I have dual citizenship. What I want to know is, prior to me becoming an American citizen in 1994, I had 2 children. So I believe those are eligible, right? The 2 children before I became naturalized American, right? But now I have 1 son that was born afterwards. What do I do for him?
Is it an adult, right?
Yeah, he's an adult now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he will need to apply for citizenship through a first generation case.
Okay.
Okay. Another, back there.
All right, so my brother was born when my mom was an Italian citizen. She later became an American citizen, renounced her Italian citizenship, and then I was born. Does that count? Or is it just my line? My brother doesn't count, a little sideline?
You were born from an American citizen, unless she had dual citizenship, but you said she renounced.
She doesn't
So
remember.
I know now she does maybe have dual citizenship, but you were born in, let's call it a window between her Italian citizenship and her reacquisition. So in that time frame, she was only an American. And unfortunately, this makes you not eligible. Yeah.
But couldn't he go through his grandparents?
But he didn't go through his grandparents.
No, because you cannot jump the generation. You need to start from the last born in Italy.
Okay. Okay. In the middle here, on time, man standing.
Similar to his question. Okay, so he's got his citizenship. Then his son, the question about his son, but my son is, I have 1 son that I did all the paperwork. He's already citizenship. My second one was born and I didn't do the paperwork because I lived somewhere else. And so he's 17. Can I go do that paperwork right away, so before he turns 18, and get him done faster? Because through me, versus having to do all that paperwork back to my father and all the way.
So if your son is still underage, you should, quickly submit all the documents to register him to your local Italian consulate. Usually what matters is that the documents are received by the consulate by the time he is underage. So, yeah.
If he files the documents before he's 18 and the decision is made after he's 18, what happens?
He's got to do the back.
He needs to just go through the process of Italian citizenship by descent the long way. So apply as a first generation case.
Okay, so, okay, yes. Martin.
Yeah, I have a question about changes in names. My great-grandmother was baptized and was given 3 names. When she emigrated, in all of the documents she has a different name, none of the 3. Is there any way to solve that?
Yeah, so this is really common to find different misspellings, or also people that change their name without a legal name change. And indeed, there are different strategies that we can follow. In this case, we can, for example, ask you to notarize an affidavit stating that all the aliases are referring to one and the same person. Or in other cases, you will need to submit a one and the same court order, which is a more expensive and long procedure, but sometimes it is required by Italian authorities. or yeah, in these cases, we usually try to find out and retrieve supporting documentation to just yeah, check that all these variations of names are referring to the same person.
Okay. Well, it's a mystery, okay. Yes, yes.
I have another question. Now, obviously, I have dual citizenship. My wife could become automatically Italian citizen, right? Now, I was at the Italian consulate the other day, and asked a friend of mine who's been in the process of getting his wife processed as with dual citizenship. And he said he's been doing this for 2 years. Does it take that long?
Yeah. 3 or 4 years.
The fact is that from the day of the application, specifically if you're talking for applications by marriage, from the day of the submission of the documentation, the consulate or the Italian authority has up to 24 months to evaluate the application. This is valid also for the send. So from the day of the appointment, there is a waiting time of up to 24 months to be recognized.
2 years. Okay, another question, let's see, yes, you have it.
Thank you so much for doing this morning or this evening. We really appreciate it. Could you please give us an idea of what costs might be incurred and what services that Fast Track Italian Citizenship might offer? Was that loud enough?
Sì, costi. Okay. I just wanted to check briefly with Dominic. Is this okay?
Yes.
Okay. Just double checking, okay. So we do offer 3 levels of service according to how much time everyone has to dedicate to this process, because as we mentioned, this is a long, lengthy and intricate process that, if you have some expert support, it would be fairly easier. So the first and most basic level of service that we offer is called guided track. You can find all the tracks on our website under the section Citizenship by Descent. The guided track is a step-by-step service where we do give you a citizenship expert case manager, which will be exclusively working with you on your case. So you will always have one person of reference. And we do give you instructions step by step for every step of the process. So you will gather the documents under our instructions. We will give you instructions on the legalization, and we will also offer you a reduced fee for the translations of the documents. And then we also provide instructions for ID registration. So remember the last registration with the consulate and the passport application, as well as for appointment booking. And all our fees are in euros because, again, we are based in Italy, and we start from 3,500 euros. Correct? Okay. Okay. And then we do have a next level of service, which is called premium track. And the premium track is, again, superior level of service, in my opinion, because we don't give instructions. We do everything on your behalf. So everything that you will need to do will be to just sign some application forms that we provide you with. And we collect the documents on your behalf. We take care of the legalization, and we also take care of the translations. And this service starts from 4,500. And then we also offer another level of service, which is our VIP service, which is pretty much everything included with the premium track, but we will prioritize your process over everything else, basically. So we will prioritize your forms. We will also give you payment flexibility included in this program, and this starts from 6,000. Of course, if your case, last thing, because I want to be specific about this process. So we do, of course, offer lower fees for first generation cases just because there is a reduced amount of documents. That's it.
Okay, very back.
Same thing, but what if it's a family doing this together? Is there any change
Is there
in
a
cost?
family rate?
Yourself and your descendants.
Family date.
In our fees, we always include minors, of course, and also 2 additional family members. So our fees usually are for 3 applicants.
Yes, another question?
So, I'm not sure where I am in this process and if I qualify, but assuming that I do and I want to start the process for my children, my oldest son is adopted and he does not have like Italian lineage in his family. Because our adoption is legalized here, does that make a difference for him versus my other children who are like biological children?
Okay, so I'm not sure I fully understood the question because we are in Italy, so we do have the bells every quarter of an hour. But okay, right.
Okay, she has an adopted son.
Yes, that I understand.
How does the system handle that?
So, if you adopted this child when he or she was a minor, he or she is entitled to Italian citizenship by descent. The difference in her application will be that the adoption papers will need to be registered in Italy before he or she can be recognized Italian citizenship. They will be registered, and before being registered, they will need to be reviewed by what in Italy is called Tribunale per i Minori. So it is a specific court for children's rights, sort of. So there is another step, but nothing difficult. And the important thing is that you have the adoption papers legalized and translated, and of course everything in place. And maybe depending on the specific situation, it could be necessary to retrieve the birth record from the country where the child was born.
Okay.
Can I just one more question? Is that realistic to try to do mine and all of that paperwork? Because similar situation, he'll be 18 in 2 years. So he's 16 now. So can I do that in 2 years, or should I just have him do this as an adult through?
I would say if she's 16, she or he, I didn't understand, sorry. If this is a minor and the age is 16, depending on the 18th birthday, actually, I would say 2 years are sufficient. Usually, it takes 1 year to retrieve all the documents for a citizenship by descent, so all the documents. So just for one adoption record, I don't think it will make a substantial difference.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, could you reiterate the kind of the approach we should take to source naturalization documentation?
How to find
where should we go?
naturalization documents?
Yeah, of course. In order to find out the naturalization, you can find digital copies online through the websites we also mentioned before. And then in order to retrieve the original copies, you will need to address different offices, for example, the National Archives, where your ancestors naturalized, if it was in a federal court. Otherwise, it could be through a local court if he naturalized through a district court. And then the USCIS, so the Federal Bureau Official of the United States, where they have all the naturalization records. And yeah, you will just need to submit your request and then wait for it.
Okay, start at Family Search. Family Search is free. And you can go into Family Search, put anyone's name in there, and you'll get on your screen about 10 documents that relate to the life of that person. Any question?
What is your general failure success rate for groups like this?
So,
Average.
so we do have an experience of 7 years in the field, and from my experience, I never had a case denied. Truth to be told, so.
Never had a case denied, she said.
Never.
Because if we find out that someone is not eligible, we do not start working on the case. We offer the free eligibility assessment in order to find out if someone is eligible or not, and we just work with cases that we do know that qualify.
Okay, if the patient is hopeless, they let him die. Yes.
The service level that you offer, where you gather the documents, does that include the U.S. documents or just the Italian documents?
No, we always include U.S. documents and also some other places like UK or sometimes Australia, with Germany, Europe in general. Sometimes also South America, it happened, yes. So except for the guided track, the first one, we guide you in the obtainment, but still in US, in Italy, in South America, wherever. We have very few limitations.
Okay, and you get Italian documents, you obtain them, don't you? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure, okay. Yes, a question here?
If someone in the lineage that you are, my grandfather was born in Italy, was naturalized in 1933. I believe he has a criminal record for bootlegging in the 20s. Does that?
To me, that I had a client who once, his great-grandfather was in the mafia. I'm sorry, that's it. But he got citizenship. No problem at all.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't.
Okay. Any of Al Capone's grandchildren here? Yes, Pantifilio?
He served 6 months in
So my
federal
father was born in my father was born in 1925. Both his parents were Italian citizens, but his father had renounced his Italian citizenship 2 years before my father was born. Can we get it through my grandmother? Can we get citizenship through my grandmother?
Yeah, you will need to check if she did not renounce Italian citizenship, but in this case, yeah, you can follow the female line.
Well, that's, okay, another, one question?
Yeah, I have a specific, my situation. I have 2 young adult children, 23 and 25. My parents were born in Italy. They're still alive. My mother is naturalized. My father is still an Italian citizen. We're going to Italy at the end of May. Just wondering, can I possibly do something now, or is it too soon because our trip is at the end of May? We're going to be in Rome. We're going to be in Florence. We're going to be in my parents' hometown.
Well, if you can apply at the municipality to speed up the process, this is a residency-based process, so you cannot apply at the municipality while on vacation. You will need to reside in the municipality. So if you wish, while on vacation, you could maybe obtain the Italian Vita records, but there is...
Start. Yeah. Yeah, so nothing I can do now. But my 2 young adult children, the package for the family, does that qualify? You said 3 applicants, can it be up to, I have a family of 4. My husband's Italian descent, a couple generations in. My parents were born there. One is still an Italian citizen, and then I have my 2 young. I can do this family package for all 4 of us? Is that correct? Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Way in the back.
My great-grandmother
came from Sicily in 1890. She never naturalized. Does the 1948 case, how does that figure in?
Great-grandmother,
Yes,
1890s?
Yes, as far as I understand it, yes. If you have a 1948 case, there is no generational limit, so yes, you can apply through your great-grandmother. Proven that she didn't acquire U.S. citizenship.
Maybe my
Explain
grandmother
what
was
this
there.
case means. I don't understand how this applies, what 1948 case means. Prior to 1948,
Women were not allowed to pass on citizenship at that time.
so you have to go to court.
Yes.
Okay. So one more. Let's see.
Down here.
Oh, yes, right here. Yes.
If you're married to an Italian with citizenship, what is the deadline? How many years, because I thought at one time, I was married in '79, so if you were married before or after that, would I still be eligible?
If you were married to an Italian before 1983, you are automatically eligible for citizenship by marriage without the language requirement. You will just need to basically provide some documents at the consulate, and that is facilitated application. You have a lot less requirements compared to the couples who married after 1983.
Okay. Okay, it looks like there aren't any more questions. Our time, we've passed our time designated, and so.
Where are they located?
They're asking, where are you located in northern Italy?
We are near Venice.
So Rome, Florence, Venice, and fast track Italian citizenship for your next vacation. Okay, well, thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving us along. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for hosting us.
Okay, talk to you sometime soon.
Sure, Dominic, thank you so much. Thank you.